Yo, it's your boy WesTheTech here to bring you another one of my personal favorite tech tips to help you as an artist grow in your craft. Now, today we're going to go over Universal Music Group for Creators subscription plan, all right? So if you're a recording artist who wants to know more information about Universal Music Group's subscription plan, or you just want to know exactly what's all the noise that's been going on in regards to UMG, then this is the perfect video for you, because in this video, I'm going to go over everything that you need to know about what's going on and how it may possibly affect you as an independent artist moving forward, all right? Now, before I continue, I definitely want to let you guys know about my free tool that is available on my website to download right now, all right? This tool is for any one of you guys who's looking into leaving your 9-to-5 job and starting your own music business, but don't exactly know where to start, all right? With this free tool, you'll be able to identify 3 things that you could do right away to start your own music business today, all right? So if you want to have access and you want to be able to download that, it's absolutely free. You can click on the link above. I'll also leave the link in the descriptions below, all right? So when it comes to Universal Music Group and all the noise that they have been making recently, I feel like I have to give you guys a little history lesson first, all right? I'll give you the history lesson in the perspective of how I received all the information, all right? So not too long ago, well, I'll say about a year or two ago, what I started noticing that a lot of my older content before I was doing stuff like this, all right, before I was doing music industry tips, older content that actually was using Universal Music Group's music, all right. And when I say music, I'm saying, like, let's just say I made a reel with Kendrick Lamar's song in it, right? Kendrick Lamar is owned by Universal Music Group, all right? So he's under their label, he's under their group. I started seeing all of those pieces of content that I created back then starting to get basically copyright flagged, all right? And they were being copyrighted or they were being flagged by UMG. And I thought this was very, very weird, because I'm like, I've had this content for so long now. This content has been here. Of course, I didn't really monetize on any of the content or anything like that, because I didn't make a lot of views or anything like that. But all of a sudden, now all of these pieces of content can't be monetized on Facebook and IG. Those are the 2 places that I noticed it first and foremost. And I was like, okay, that's weird. It's old content, but all right, whatever. It doesn't matter to me anyway, because you know, that was back then when I used to use other people's music and stuff. Now all I do is use my own music for my content. So I was just like, all right, whatever. But then February of this year comes, all right? So February of this year comes, well, I would say January, because January is when the news actually came out. Universal Music Group actually made an announcement that they were actually no longer going to be partnering with TikTok, all right? And obviously this is big news, because like I said, they're the biggest record label group in the entire world. They have a large assortment of artists and labels that's under them, and they said that they're going to be removing their catalogs from TikTok, which means that all of their music that's on TikTok is actually currently removed from TikTok, all right? Now, I did a whole video in regards to this issue specifically, basically UMG versus TikTok. I made a whole video on it. If you haven't seen that video and you want to check it out, you can definitely click on the link above. All right, in that video, I talk more about that specifically. All right, but this video isn't really about that particular feud. It's really the aftermath for it, or even better, the purpose for it. All right, the reason I say that, because as of February 1st, they pulled all their all of their music from TikTok. Then all of a sudden, there's all this noise that's starting to happen about Universal Music Group for Creators, all right? Now, I started looking into it myself to see exactly why everyone's making so much noise about this. What is this, all right? Is this something that has just been released just recently after they've removed their catalog from TikTok? So I started looking into it, and essentially what it is it's a subscription plan that you could sign up with, where you'll actually be able to use their music that's a part of their catalog, or use their sound effects and other things like that that's a part of their catalog for your content, and it would be royalty free, all right? It will be not royalty free, it will be royalty licensed, meaning that Because you have the subscription, you now can license out this music for your content. All right, meaning that if you have the subscription, you could essentially use, like I was talking about earlier, Kendrick Lamar's song on your content, and it won't be red flagged. You won't get any copyright infringements or anything like that, and you will be free to monetize it because you have that plan. So then I started thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, is this the reason that UMG didn't want to? Is this the real reason that UMG didn't want to renew their partnership with TikTok, right? Because all of a sudden they have issues. And then when I actually started investigating this further, the UMG for creators didn't just drop. It's not new. It didn't just launch. It actually launched back in October of last year. You can look it up yourself. It was launched back in October of last year. It's just all of a sudden starting to make more noise now because of everything that happened with TikTok. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, UMG really just pulled a Disney Plus, right? And what I mean by that, just not to be too off topic, but I feel like this is the best example to kind of make you guys understand what really just happened, right? A lot of you guys may remember that a lot of Disney movies were on Netflix, right? A lot of Disney movies were on Netflix, but at some point, Disney made a formal announcement that as of 2022, they were no longer going to have any of their movies on streaming services like Netflix and Hulu and all of those different places, right? And then after they made that announcement, the first thing I thought of is like, why would they do that unless maybe they were trying to create their own thing? And long story short, that's essentially what they did, right? They made this announcement, then like a year or two later, before the actual partnership ended, Disney Plus comes out, and it's like, this is why they didn't want to renew their partnership with Netflix, because they figured to themselves, why should I even deal with Netflix when we at Disney could literally create our own streaming platform and have all of our content on our streaming platform, all right? Especially after acquiring Marvel, Lucasfilms, National Geographic, just all of these ESPN, after just acquiring all of this stuff, right? Including Fox and all of this stuff, it started to make sense to me. I'm like, that's why they did it. They didn't want to partner with them anymore. They essentially wanted to compete with them, right? They figured there's no need to have them. So I feel like in this instance with UMG, they basically did the same thing here. UMG for creators came out back in October. Then all of a sudden, when this year starts in January, they make this announcement how they don't want to partner with TikTok anymore, right? And in this formal announcement, they've actually went as far as saying stuff like TikTok is essentially running a music-based business, all right, but they don't want to actually pay the right amount for the music, right? This is quoted from the open letter to the community, all right? This was actually posted on their site. So they're making all of this noise about this reason and all of these other reasons why they want to end their partnership with TikTok. But now it really has me wondering, did they really want to end their partnership with TikTok because of those particular reasons? Or did they want to end their partnership with TikTok because they knew that they had UMG for creators available and that they launched that? And with TikTok still using their stuff, it would actually hurt what UMG for creators could do as far as monetary wise, right? So maybe it was a combination of both, all right? But either way, I think that it has a lot to do with it, all right? Now, with all that being said, let's actually understand what this plan entails, all right? So essentially what this plan is, like I told you before, it allows you to use any music that's part of the UMG catalog. Now, I don't believe that they're putting everybody's music that's under UMG on there, but you will have a large catalog of music and sound effects that you could use for your content, all right? Now, to get to the price, right? Well, I think before I get to the price, let me kind of quantify exactly how big their music catalog is so you guys can really understand this, all right? So here's just an image of a couple of artists that are under UMG, all right? So we have from Taylor Swift all the way to Alicia Keys. We have Kendrick Lamar and Kendrick Lamar and Drake, two of the biggest hip hop artists right now. right? We have Billie Eilish. You get what I'm saying? We have Bad Bunny. These are some big artists, right? These are the artists who are under the catalog of UMG. All right. So these are the artists that got pulled. These are the music. These are the music from these artists that got pulled from TikTok that is no longer on TikTok, right? It's a pretty big deal when you consider the artists that I just mentioned because those artists are massive, all right? So essentially now with this subscription plan, you'll actually be able to use their music essentially for your content, all right, by paying a fee for it, all right? And that content you will be able to actually use in different social media platforms, all right? So you could use them on YouTube, you could use them on Facebook, you could use them on IG, and you could use them on Snapchat, all right? And they actually disclose right here all the different places you could use it. But of course, you guys notice what I noticed. TikTok isn't on this list, right? And this was before they decided to renew or before they decided to not renew their partnership. So to me, it seems like they were never going to renew it in the first place because this happened before they even made the announcement about the issues they had with it. So things were being in the works long before they made this announcement. When they brought out this subscription plan, they already knew that TikTok wasn't going to be a part of it because it's not even on the list, right? But essentially, you would be able to use their catalog and be able to create content and be able to post that content in any one of these places that that is with them, and you will actually be able to monetize it. So you won't get any copyright infringement. If you do a YouTube video and you use music for their catalog, you won't get that copyright infringement because you actually will have the license now as part of your subscription, all right? So it actually is a dope thing, right? But there are some things that you do have to consider, right? And the first thing you got to consider is the thing we always consider, the price, all right? So what exactly is the price to have this subscription plan? Well, for UMG, the price is actually $10.99 a month, all right? So it's $11 a month to have a subscription plan and to be able to access all the music that's under their catalog and to be able to post your content with their music on those specific social media places, all right? So it's not bad, but if you were to do it for the year, it actually would be a lot cheaper. It's only $71 for the year. So it's, as you can see from the screen, it's like 45% off if you do it for the year. But if you do it per month, you're looking at $11 per month, which is basically $110 a year, right? So you definitely would save a lot more by just doing the year, right? Now, you could do that or you could do the Pro plan, all right? Now, the Pro plan is, as you can see, $29.99 a month, all right? Now, that one is for small businesses, all right? So that one's actually more expensive. The first one for the $11 is really just for personal use, right? But for small businesses, you would actually have to get the Pro plan. Now, what I thought that was interesting about this was actually the word small businesses, and why not just businesses in general. And then I did some more research on it, and they actually did mention here in one of the frequently asked questions that, yeah, they're not offering either one of these plans to large businesses. If you are a large business, you would actually have to email them directly, and they would have to call you and talk to you directly if you're a large business, all right? So essentially, it seems like they're just focusing on small businesses or small content creator businesses as well as personal content creators, right? So that's the actual price of it, of course. And like I told you before, you will be able to actually use it everywhere. It covers licenses for everywhere, right? Here's where they actually detail exactly what's covered with the subscription, exactly what you get with it in this entire paragraph here. And as a matter of fact, I'll leave a link directly to this page here so you can actually access this yourself and read the whole thing if you want to. It's right there on their pricing page, all right? But essentially, this is what this is. This is what UMG is doing right now. And to be honest with you, it's absolutely smart. You know, it's just as smart as when Disney decided to make their own streaming service instead of having Netflix do it. Why split the cost with them when you can literally provide the service yourself? They're literally cutting out the middleman, providing you their own licensing, right? You don't have to use any distribution company or publishing. You could get a subscription directly through them and use their music, all right? So essentially, what does this all boil down to for us as independent artists? All right, what is the biggest takeaway as being an independent artist? What is the biggest takeaway? Well, I personally think that one of the biggest takeaways when it comes to this is, of course, as an independent artist, if you're one of those artists who likes to make a lot of content on YouTube and social media, and you like to actually use other artists' music and other stuff like that, then you can actually benefit from this. Because if you're an artist who's getting a lot of attention on social media and you like to post stuff, right? You like to post things on, let's say, Taylor Swift. You like to post her music in the background of your content, or you like to post Drake music behind your content as an artist, right? You can actually monetize that now. You actually have a license to use it now on those different social media platforms minus TikTok, right? That is a huge benefit for you, because in any other way, shape, or form, you wouldn't be able to monetize that content. And if you already have content that has been getting crazy numbers and still getting views, but you got that copyright infringement from UMG, once you get this license, that will be removed so you can actually start monetizing that again. All right, so it's an amazing thing. It could definitely help you out from that perspective alone. All right, now me personally, I don't do that anymore. I only use my own music for my content. I think that's just the smartest way to do it as an independent artist. Of course, it may not be picked up the same way in the algorithm if you're not using the same music that popular music that's out there. I understand that using popular music helps people find your stuff, but the way I look at it is, if I use my own music for my own reels and my own videos and stuff like that, then essentially I'm monetizing off of myself, and my streams are being added onto that. And I'm just getting paid in every way, shape, or form. And I don't have to worry about splitting it with anybody because I'm using my music anyway, right? When it comes to YouTube, all of my videos have my music in it. The music you heard starting in this video, that's one of my songs, right? All of that stuff, it comes back to me anyway. And I just think that's the most beneficial thing to do as an independent artist, especially when you're not that big yet. All right, but of course, like I said before, if you're much bigger and you got a huge following and you like using other people's music to actually help promote yourself, then this will absolutely be a great subscription plan for you. But of course, it's not for everybody, right? It just depends on who you are as an artist and how you like to market yourself, all right? But that's pretty much it, guys. That's essentially what's going on with UMG. Like I said before, I think all of this was planned out. I don't believe that they just randomly had an issue with TikTok. Maybe they tried to get TikTok to agree with them before their creator plans came out, before the subscription plan came out, and TikTok decided against it, which is why TikTok wasn't part of them when it came to the launch. But coming January or as of February 1st, when they removed everything and they officially ended the partnership, I just feel like this was all planned out from the jump, right? And it just really seems that UMG really just wanted to be in control of their own stuff to make as much money as possible from it, all right? Now, the last caveat I'll give is, as far as those big artists, we don't entirely know if they will actually be a part of the catalog. I think that they have to be in order for this creator's plan to work, right? Because if they're not on there, then what's the point of it really? Because most people like to use Drake's music for their content anyways, right? So if Drake's music isn't a part of that catalog when you get the subscription, then why would I even get it, right? Because they're just that big, right? Taylor Swift is just that big. Alicia Keys is just that big, right? Billie Eilish, I mean, come on, Bad Bunny. But if they're all included in that catalog as well, then it's an absolutely phenomenal idea. I can't even be mad at it. It makes sense. And TikTok, even though I said in the other video that TikTok may be destroyed by it, who knows? TikTok may survive it. I mean, TikTok is pretty big now and doesn't really rely on just music alone. So I don't know. Only the future could tell who will win at the end. But either way, I think that for us, from our end, you really have to justify who you are as an artist and how you like to market yourself before you even think about partaking in something like this just to do it, all right? But that's pretty much it, guys. Lastly, I definitely want to let you guys know about my freebie ebook here, the 13 Steps to Jumpstart Your Music Business. With this ebook, it actually lays out the 13 steps that I took to put myself in a position to leave my 9-to-5 job so that I could do music full-time myself, all right? And I just want the same thing for you guys here. So if you want to know how to do that, all right, just grab this ebook here, all right? The link will be in the descriptions below, all right? Everything will be in there for you, and it's basically the same roadmap that I took, all right? But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope this helped clarifying exactly what's going on and you guys understand it more now. And thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.
I feel like Moses, big Moses. Yeah, can't nobody hold me. Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling like Daniel, big daddy. Yeah, can't nobody face me. Yeah, I feel like Joseph, big Joseph. Yeah, can't nobody break